Hello, and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. We were doing Thunder and Thursday, but that didn't work out. We're going to try to do it next week. James Pimadon and other people. I was talking to him off air. So that's okay. That's not crucial. Now this, although it's enjoyable to do. Now I'm wearing this jacket with this cap because this cap and this jacket is like the same shade of blue, right? I'm not fixated on Lone Star Light. It's a good thing because it's not even sold in Louisiana. The company sent this cap to me years ago. I appreciated it. Sent me the Lone Star regular too. So I'm doing this as a double up because of things coming up in March where I can't do a challenge. So I'm putting little check marks by the dates where I know I can't do it. And then I'm trying to cover them all. I don't see how that's going to happen. I really don't. Am I worried about it? Not really. Oh, but it would be nice if I could do it. All right. But anyway, it would be nice to cover all 31 days. But that's like probably wishful thinking. You might say that's a lot of drinking. I think if you think about it carefully, it's not really that much. We're talking about a few little ounces in a 24-hour period. I don't think people should get too worked up over it. Okay. But I mean, normally I would just do one a day, my little ounces, and that's it. But in this case, I had to double up. All right. Beautiful sunny weather today. It was cold, so I thought February was going to mean this is just going to warm up, but that didn't really happen. Now, the worry about getting down below 20 degrees and having pipes bursting and all that kind of stuff, that kind of goes away after January 31st. You got that window between December 1st and January 31st, those 2 months where you kind of have to worry. But really, that only happens about once every 10 years in Louisiana. It did happen in 2018, January, and then I did have a pipe get burst. And my neighbor across the street was helping me, kind of like telling me, you got to do a better job rapping. And then he had a pipe burst. I was like, yeah, you got to do a better job rapping. All right, but anyway, the plumbing companies were delighted. So were the hardware stores. So we have here Appleton Estate, the Signature Blend. Signature Blend meaning just kind of like their flagship, okay? Don't think I have so much of a backstock of videos record. I don't think I posted this yet, so don't tell anybody. But I did a solo review, and boy, it was really good. I couldn't get over it. And so, yeah, I haven't posted it yet. I just realized I should have not done this, but that's all right. It's okay. All right. Then I have the competitor. Now, this was a great deal. I'm going to talk about these deals for a moment. And then the competitor is the Bacardi the Bacardi and Company, Gran Reserva Diez, extra rare gold rum, matured in charred white oak barrels for gentle smoothness and subtle smokiness, aged 10 years. So this is the 2008 to 2018 edition. They put it in the barrel in 2008 and took it out in 2018 and bottled it in Jacksonville, Florida. I think they ship it to the United States and bottle it in Jacksonville, Florida. I think Appleton Estate is shipped to San Francisco and bottled there. All right. The youngest rum in the Gran Reserva Diez is 10 years old. Okay, that's the youngest rum. So they could have rums much older than 10, okay, in the Gran Reserva Diez. Remember, the age statement is always the youngest. So if you hear a whiskey's 4 years old and it's a blend of whiskeys, which most are, that means there's one there. That's the youngest one, and there are others that are probably a good deal older. Now, the Appleton Estate, if you look at their website, and I put links below, is a blend of 15 different rums of various ages, the youngest of which is 4 years. But the company, they said, chooses not to put an age statement. But they're telling you on the website it's about 4 years old. I was on that tour at Jack Daniels, and they said if you put an age statement, you got to pay taxes. And they said that's why we don't want to put the age statement, because you got to pay taxes, then you got to charge more for the product, because they're going to pass the taxes on to you. They're not paying the taxes. Whatever they got to pay in taxes, they're going to raise the price of the product. That you can be assured of. So then it makes the price go up and maybe people buy less. So, you know, and if you look at the beer, I mean, if you look at the liquor world, there's like conspiracy theories. You know, these companies don't want to put age statements because they're out to get you. And the companies are saying that's not even true. The company said if it wasn't for the stinking tax, we would put age statements. We're telling you on the websites. This used to be an 8-year aged whiskey. Now it's about 8 years. You get it? But we can't make the statement. So then they don't have to pay the tax. All right. So this will be the Appleton. Now the color I think is going to be the same. You know, I have another aged rum coming up. It's called the Cruzan. Oh heck, spilling it. That didn't pour out too well. I'm gonna watch that because I didn't buy this to dump it out. Didn't pour very nice. It just kind of dribbled out down the side of the glass onto the table. Oh man, it's a beautiful label. Crafted in the heart of Jamaica. There's the mountains. Louisiana has a mountain, Mount Driscoll, or Driscoll Mountain, up there in North Louisiana, which is only 535 feet above sea level. You say, that ain't that mountain. I know. But it looks like a mountain because, you know, Louisiana's low. So when you go see that area, if you went to Mount Driscoll, that area, it would seem high. Like, oh, this is mountainous. You say, I'm in the mountain. But you're only 535 feet above sea level. Now you can go to mountains in Oklahoma or Colorado that are 10,000. Well, not in Oklahoma. I don't know what's the highest mountain in Oklahoma. In Texas, like 8,500 feet. Like that might be that high above sea level, 7,000 feet. But it doesn't seem that high. Yeah, because the land you're on is maybe 6,000 feet above sea level, and then the mountain is 6,500 feet. So you say, well, that doesn't look like a big hill, you know. So it's how you define that. All right, they're not all like these huge peaks. Okay, hold on. Now, if you go to Lookout Mountain in Georgia, and I think the nub of it is in Tennessee, and if you're riding in Alabama, so it's kind of a strange situation. You're riding north on Interstate 59 in Alabama, but you can look to your right or east if you head north, or your left if you head south, and you see this Lookout Mountain. It goes on for miles, more like a ridge than a mountain. But then it seems so high because the land around it is relatively low. So you say, well, Lookout Mountain's only like 2,000 feet above sea level. I know it seems so high. All right, you say this is a mountain review or a rum review? Okay. Nate of Missouri says, hey, Ron, Nate of Missouri. I almost said Nate of Mississippi. Nate of Missouri. Hello, Nate. All right, so we got the... I didn't put too much in these. So that's all right. I don't need to drink too much. I don't need to drink too much. Why are you judging the people? Okay. So they're both gold, but I think the Bacardi is a little bit more darker. A little darker, but very little bit. All right, so it's close. You say, well, come on now, it's a 10-year aged rum, the Añejo from Bacardi, that the Gran Reserva Diez. Come on, man, that's what, $40 a bottle? Yeah, it is. It is. And what's the Appleton Estate? $20 a bottle? About, yeah, about that. Walmart has it for $19.95. $19.95 for Appleton Estate, but that's the rub. I got it for $9.99. $9.99 at Mathern's. I didn't ask any questions. I was like, what the deuce? I said, oh, well, I guess I'm buying some rum today, because I knew it was going to be a lot more expensive. And I checked around and it was $20 a bottle everywhere else. Then the Gran Reserva Diez. I got it at Walmart with a glass enclosed cedar case with the snaps and the humidor. Beautiful case. I thought it was plastic at first, and I say, "Oh, this is glass, man." And then also had a bottle of the Gran Reserva Diez, the Ocho Reserva Ocho, the 8-year. The case. Well, I'm gonna keep that case forever. The case, the 2 bottles of rum, and not mini bottles. No, these are not mini bottles. These are regular 750 milliliters, a fifth. $35 plus tax. $35. My father said, man, you ought to buy that, because I don't think you're gonna ever find that cheaper than that. He said, I don't even drink. I said, you're right. I'm never going to see it any cheaper than that. And I bought it. Now they got it discounted at Walmart this year for 2020 from the 2019 season. It's $65. That's a discount, $65. And I got the whole package for $35. Beerhound says, how do, Ronaroo? How you doing in California? Man, it's been a long time since I've been to California. Always been curious about Appleton Estate, says Caleb, Jeep and Foodie. I was sort of curious. You know why I was curious? Because people kept asking me about it. Every time I do a rum review, like gold, especially gold rum, people say, when you're going to do Appleton Estate. I don't think Appleton Estate makes a white rum. I don't think they do. But, you know how that goes. But people kept saying, when you're going to do Appleton Estate, when you're going to do Appleton Estate. And I said, I don't know. I'm not running out to buy it. But then when I saw $9.99, I was like, I guess I'm buying it now. So let's see. Appleton Estate Signature Blend is a blended rum, which means it is a combination of several rums of different styles like gold and ages, and does not have an age statement. 15 selected age rums, aged for an average of 4 years. No age statement on the bottle. Now the company is being very straightforward on the website, telling you, I'm reading it right here. It's telling you the appearance: a beautiful harvest gold and amber color. Yeah, with remarkable clarity and brilliance. It is clear. Perfectly balanced, complex citrus, fruity, and sweet notes with subtle orange peel, dried apricot, fresh peach, and a hint of molasses and woody notes. I don't know about all that. But then I'm not a rum expert. The people that make it, they actually are rum experts. Finishes as serenely as it started in the mouth. And they're saying it's best for cocktails. And they got the Estate Manhattan and the Jamaican Mule featured. What other rums do they have? This company's been in business since 1749. True story. They said actually they think it's older than that. They just can't produce any records from before 1749. That's the oldest paperwork they've got. But they think it's older, but they just use that date. Appleton Estate Reserve Blend. 12-year-old, 21-year-old. I bet you that's not $9.99. 50-year-old, the world's oldest barrel-aged rum. Ha 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 ha. I bet you that's not even $99.99. You just know that's going to be expensive, but I don't see a white rum. But I'll turn around and go to the store and there'll be Appleton Estate white rum. You know, these companies don't show everything on their website. No. Gran Reserva Diez. Discover bright notes of stone fruits. Isn't that what I just read? Banana and pear. I didn't read anything about banana. Balanced with caramelized vanilla and oak. Okay. Now, Bacardi makes such a huge collection. My favorite rum I've ever had was cheap, Parrot Bay Coconut. Oh, okay. I'm glad you mentioned that. I saw that at Walmart. They have a big variety of Parrot Bay. They do. But I didn't see a non-flavored, you know what I'm saying? Like they were all like coconut and then these other flavored varieties. But I'm not prepared to do that. I want to do all the straight rums without flavoring. Okay, I'm sorry. No spice. Am I against spice rum? No, I'm not against it. That's like the most popular rum, right? How many people drink Captain Morgan spice rum every day? You know how many millions. It's probably the most popular one. I'm just not going to do it at this time, although I am in no way opposed to it. I just drank a ready-to-drink canned cocktail before I came on here. Well, a couple of hours ago. Ready-to-drink canned cocktail made with vodka and flavoring, fruit flavor, natural flavor. It was Monaco mango peach. It was very good. But you know, it was like $2.50 a can, so no big deal. But I want to do all these non-flavored rums, and it's going to take forever. So when I'm like 95, I'll be like, man, I'm going to do the spice what you call those? I shouldn't be making fun because I might be like that. And then you'd be like, aha, now, how you feel? And I'll say, I feel pretty bad. Okay. These smell spice, to tell you the truth. Okay. Like Rush said, to get to the heart of the matter, this smells spiced, y'all. And it's not. It just smells spiced because of all the complex charcoals that they're filtering it through and aging it in these wood barrels, these charred oak barrels for 10 years or 4 years to 10 years. It's rich. It's complex. This thing smells like a marshmallow roast. Like you said, oh, we went to a marshmallow roast and I roasted the marshmallows over a fire and I didn't let it burn. I got it brown, so brown, almost char, and I tasted it. Well, that's what that smells like. And that's what that's going to taste like. And I know that's the Appleton Estate because I never smelled anything like that. And that's it. I know already. I didn't even taste it. I didn't even smell it other than I haven't tasted them. Well, hello again, says Maxwell. Hello again to you, Maxwell. In Russia. He's in Russia. I got people watching me from Russia. Oh. Well, now, I'm smelling a lot of wax. Oh, and didn't they say banana on that Bacardi website? I already got rid of the links. I don't need them. I did say banana. It does smell like banana. They don't use any banana. Why are we talking about banana? Because it smells like it and they mentioned it. Woof. Hey. Ha ha ha. These smell great. But they don't smell alike at all. Man, I got so many inexpensive gold rums. Yeah. Some of those are so not good. Actually, they are kind of good on their own merits. Like if you don't compare them to anything, you can kind of talk about how they're kind of nice. But if you put it in any kind of competition, it just becomes a fiasco. Oh. Toffee. Even rum cake. It's got no cake. And that roasted marshmallow, it's like incredible. It's unbelievable, man. That is the bee's knees. That is something else. Believe me, you believe you me. I'm not joking. This stuff is dynamite for $19.99. And I got people talking about that's trash. That's low end rum. I bet you those people saying that ain't never tried. Ha ha ha. What's that rum I got in the cabinet that I bought for $5.99? Can't remember the name. Oh yeah, I bet they never tried Ron Pontalba. It was $6.99 for the liter. If they tried Ron Pontalba and then they tried this, they would be like, "Oh yeah, that's I take that back." I'd be like, "You know, you taking it back." Okay, it's like people that say Budweiser is garbage, and I'd say, "You ever tried Earthquake High Gravity?" Well, no. You ever tried Camo 5X Black Ice? No, I haven't. I'll say, try those two. Then come back and talk to me. And then they'll come back and say, you're right. You're right. I had to go to a counseling service. I can't sleep at night. I cry myself to sleep because I drank those. I thought Budweiser was the worst. I'm like, I try to tell you. I try to tell you just to believe me. You wanted to go taste them. I told you just to believe me. Now you're in counseling. Okay. La, 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 la. Man, that's like a party in a glass. Voltron. I used to love Budweiser until it got sold. Okay, but everybody gets sold, you know. It's a good thing it got sold, or it'd be like Schlitz right now, barely able to find it. Like they were heading down quick. Hey, no joke. I read about that. That was a company in a free fall, you know. And what happened was the stockholders got together and overthrew the Anheuser-Busch family. The Bush family got overthrown when they were like, y'all can't keep this company together. You're like hemorrhaging from debt. Like this company was crumbling. And they made them sell it. Thankfully, because they saved it. InBev came in and saved it. You know, Schlitz, if Schlitz would have had that kind of support or opt out in 1978, they might still be a prominent brand today. But they were family owned, and there was no big company to swoop in and buy them up when they were on the downturn. And that was a much worse case. But they still, but you know, Schlitz used to be nearly as big as Anheuser-Busch Budweiser. Well, they did get bought out in 1982, but they were bought out by Stroh's. Well, that did them no good because Stroh's was weaker than them. Like people said, it was the minnow buying the whale. It was the minnow eating a whale. So what did that accomplish? But at least InBev had the deep pockets to save it. And they had a smart guy running it. Carlos Brito was able to recognize how to control debt, you know, and expenditures, which were totally crazy. So I think we got to be careful before we judge the buyouts. I used to love, I love my Budweiser, but VO Gold right now says Jack Cottrell. Oh yeah, I got some more of that. I got a bottle of that, but it's, you know, it's getting low. But I have a bottle for the Canadian Taste Challenges. That's a real nice one, VO Gold. It's aged 8 years. Okay, let's taste the Bacardi. I know it's the Bacardi. Boy, it smells like an old antique shop. You know how the antique shops have that old wood and it smell like wax? There's some kind of wax I think they put on furniture. It's not like furniture polish, but it's some kind of wax. I don't know anything about that. But it smells like beeswax or something, like wax. And this smells like wax, but it tastes good. But it's much more mellow. Let me say this to you. The Bacardi has a lot less flavor. Is Bacardi going to hurt me for saying that? You know, because yeah, it has spice. It has the sugariness. Of course, they're sugary. It has these nice wood characteristics and all these things. But honestly, I think the Appleton Estate has a lot more savoir-faire, as we might say. It's a lot spicier, and there's no spices added. So you might be saying, hold on, back it up. That thing is $19.99, and I go to the store and buy Bacardi Gran Reserva Diez, and it's $40. Well, some place might have a discount. you know, $38.99, that kind of thing. But let's just round off $20 to $40. And you telling me the $40 one has got less, you know, danceability, so to speak? Yeah, I think it does. It's just not as popping. You know, it doesn't have as much. Now, a real rum person might tell me, you know, you're like a kid. You know, you got to have all that sweet kid stuff. You don't understand the subtle nuances of a great rum. Yeah, well, maybe that is true. And maybe the Appleton Estate Signature Blend is loud, in your face, proud, and noisy, but I can taste a lot of water too. It tastes really nice. Now they use that Jamaican mountain water or whatever, and the Bacardi's using that Puerto Rican mountain water. You know, you can both taste. You can taste the water in both. Now, what kind of water do we get here in this where I live? Mississippi River water. It's true. Oh, what am I saying? Not where I live. We get water from a well. There's a well about 10 miles north of me. As the flow cries, almost said, as the crow flies, and yeah, that's right. It's an artesian well. What am I thinking? It's the town north of me. The next town north of me gets their water from the river, the Mississippi River. And New Orleans gets their water from the Mississippi River. Comes from the river. That's where Budweiser gets their water, the river. I was on a tour there, and they said, "You know where this water comes from?" And I said, "The river." She said, "Right," because it's the St. Louis Municipal Water Supply, which is river water. And I know, yeah, I know they got boats going up and down the river. They got chemical plants all up and down the river, fertilizer falling in the river and draining into the river. Every city from Pittsburgh east to Denver, Colorado west, Oklahoma City is draining into the Mississippi. I know that. But it's filtered. But these two, they don't use river water. Well, no, I don't think the volume, there's little river streams they have in Jamaica and Puerto Rico. I don't think they would have the volume to get water for making a large scale production. I mean, we're talking about, I've been to these countries. I've been to the Bahamas. I went to New Providence Island, and I mean, they might have a river, what they call it, a river, but it's really more like a stream, you know, a creek. When I went to San Antonio, in fact, they kept saying, "You got to see the river. You got to see the river." Well, in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, I grew up next to the Mississippi River. I'm thinking the river, you know. And so I went there and I said, "That's a canal." I mean, it was nice. They had little shops, like a tourist trap thing. I mean, it was fine. But I mean, I told my friends, they didn't disagree. I said, "That's a canal. That's not really a river." You know, like in our mindset, I said, in our thinking, the river is the Mississippi. It's like a mile across, you know, river, big Nile River, you know, the Nile, the Mississippi, you know, the Volga, the Danube, the Rhine, you know, that's what we thinking, like the Congo River, the what they call that, the Rio, not the Rio, the one in Brazil. The one that starts in Peru in the Andes and goes down. So powerful that you can go 100 miles out in the Atlantic and see the brown water because the river's so big. The Amazon. So that was my thinking. All right, but these are good. They're both good. They're both good. I like them. I like them. Would I recommend both? Of course. What's the downside to both? There is no downside. Look, believe me. You could trust me. Well, I think you can trust me to give you an honest review. I can't say it's a good review because you might think my ideas are daft, you know, foolish, and that my tasting is poor. Could be true. I don't think it is. But there's no downside. Okay. Neither one of these rums has a downside. I mean, you got to buy them, but so I'm gonna look at the label. I know what it's gonna say. Yep, Appleton Estate. So can I point out negatives with Appleton Estate? No, I cannot, because there aren't any. Now you can get on distiller.com. You get on Proof 66 and read some reviews, and I'm like, come on, man. I'm reading. I didn't say anything. I just read them, and I thought, oh. I said, they must be drinking a different rum than I'm drinking, because the way they're talking is like the worst thing they ever tried. And I'm like, come on, man. Are you trying to impress people or something, or what? I mean, I didn't say anything. I just read them, and I said, let me just keep scrolling, because I think they want you to engage them, like saying, hey, I don't agree, and then it starts a big old thing, and I was like, I just know the personality type. The Bacardi is very nice, and I am picking up a little banana there, like they said, could be power of suggestion. Picking up a little roasted marshmallow as well. Very nice. I mean, there's no negatives, okay? Neither one of these have negatives, all right? We live in a regular world. This is like the regular, normal world where you buy stuff and you drink it, okay? I know some people out there in that, I'm a rum connoisseur. I have a certificate. I hate almost every rum I ever tried. I understand that viewpoint. That's not what most people do, okay? That's like that little spaceship world. But the regular consumer, like the normal, I mean, even President Trump, he'd rather just eat a quarter pounder with cheese and French fries, okay? Like he's like one of the richest people in the world. And they say, oh, President, we have this trout meunier. It was flown in specially from Paris. And he's like, yeah, well, I just would rather eat something good, like a quarter pounder with cheese and French fries. Now, I mean, we could roll our eyes and say, oh, come on, he's so different. But you know what I'm saying? It's like he's got, and in some ways, he's like got that connection with people, because that is what he would rather eat. And then, Bill Clinton was kind of like that too. Eating a value McDonald's, whatever they call those meals, with the Big Mac and the fries and the drink. I didn't say his wife was like that. She came more from the New England, the New England Hampton Road. Yep, Hampton Roads, that's Virginia. The Hamptons, the island, in Martha's Vineyard type set. The more erudite. And so, but anyway, you get people that aren't from that ancestral background that get on the rum reviews, get on the whiskey reviews, and they pose themselves as something like that, and they just, you say, oh, you mean like a whiskey snob or a rum snob? That's what I'm trying not to say that, but anyway, all right. So for in a regular sense, like, Joe six pack, like they said, 1992 type thing. These are perfect, Now, if you're breaking it all down and getting real dense with it, and well, yeah, maybe they have faults. Okay, let's look at the comments. We have to admit our bias. I stick with American brands, says Voltron. See, he'll just say it, though, you see. I can't argue with that. I like Budweiser. It's tasty and a good price, says Beerhound. Can't argue with that, Bill. Jim R says, for $7,000, would you drink one Four Loko a day for 7 days? One Four Loko a day for 7 days. I have to think about that. Now, if I have to think about that, what is that telling you? And I'm not like trying to stunt on camera and all that. I'm serious. I would have to think about it. I would like to have $7,000, but I don't know. I can't. I don't even like to think about Four Loko. Roche says Budweiser. No, Budweiser is not a bad beer. It's all about Pabst Blue Ribbon. Oh, wow. Yeah, because Pabst Blue Ribbon is so much better. You know, I mean, it's just, everyone knows that. But in fact, everyone doesn't know that. I agree. I think the cat bit him today. Who did the cat bite? What are you talking about? Okay. Hey, Ron, says David Arthur. Hello, David. Okay. Well, anyway, blah, blah, blah. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. Oh, I didn't call a winner. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I was able to tell them apart. Toot sweet, you know, in a snap. But okay, Appleton Estate is the winner because if you consider the price point, there's no comparison because we're talking $20 a bottle versus $40 a bottle. Ain't no way on earth I'm paying $40 a bottle to get Bacardi, Gran, Reserva, Diaz when I can get Appleton Estate, which probably tastes a little bit better. So sorry. I'm sorry if I offended people, but that's the way I feel about it. And I said I've been doing honest beer reviews, beer, wine, and liquor reviews since 2010, and I ain't going to stop now. So I'm going to keep being honest. I like Molson Canadian, says David. I like that one too. I really do like it. There's this Canadian woman I work with. She just loves talking about Canada 29 hours a day, 6 days, 8 days a week. She talks about Canada 29 hours a day, 8 days a week. No joke. She loves Canada, you know. So, and to her, in her mind, that's what you talk about when you're bragging on Canadian beer. You talk about Molson Canadian. That's the way she feels about it. The younger folks are growing up with craft brews, not macro brews, says Ron's beer reviews and tools. Yeah, I think that's true. My daughter's in her 20s and she does drink regular beer, okay, because she doesn't have the money to buy craft beer all day long. Oh, someone said you seem tipsy. I was just agreeing with them. Oh, no, that's not true. I'm just thirsty. I need water. Hold on. I got so many blackbirds in my backyard right now. I just saw them. Those the ones with the red shoulders. They're really pretty, you know. No, I'm just thirsty. When I get thirsty, I have trouble speaking. And then people say, you drunk. No, just when your mouth is dry, I almost drank some water before I went on here, but I was like, oh, the rum will be a moisturizer, but that doesn't really work out. Now I can talk. Yeah, so it's just my mouth was dry. You know, when you're plenty high, your mouth is dry. No, but it really is. It wasn't that. I like Labatt Blue. Labatt Blue. Oh, Labatt Blue. Yeah. I like it too. It's a strange flavor. A little bit strange flavor. Kind of an odd yeast flavor. And it's a strange bottle size. Around here, Labatt Blue is 11.5. You know, European beers be 11.2. American beers be 12 ounces. But the Labatt is unusual. It's 11.5, which is, you know, unusual. Okay, so anyway, Appleton Estate is the winner because I think it had a better flavor, really. And secondly, it's half the price. No disparaging of the Bacardi Gran Reserva Diaz. Is it a rum you should try? Oh yes. I can't say you shouldn't try it, especially if you get it for the price I got it for. Now, would I have bought it? Would I have purchased it for $40? Probably not. Not at this time. At this time, maybe down the road, but I ended up paying what, $17.55 a bottle. I mean, there's no way I was passing out. All right, so blah blah blah. Got another one knocked out, and that was interesting because I thought it could be trouble, but on aroma I had it. Now, what's going to be the next one down the road next month? Probably, yeah, it will be next month. It'll be the Reserva Ocho, Reserva Ocho, the 8-year, which to me, this could sound like heresy or something, but to me, the 8-year tastes a little bit better than the 10-year. I don't know why that would be, but it does, and it's $10 cheaper per bottle. So I think that'll be a little closer contest. So, oh, can you imagine what those Appleton Estate super long aged rums taste like? I bet they're fabulous. Don't you think they are? I bet they are. All right. So, and then I'm kind of reluctant to bring in regular old gold rums, but honestly, the Bacardi Gold is nice. So I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to bring it in. Yeah. I think it's going to be a challenger. Now, some of that stuff like the Skull, it's good. Skull is interesting, but it won't be able to measure up. No way. Okay, thanks for watching. And so that's that.